Ah, yes, efficiency. Now, efficiency and all its derivatives is a word that can be heard echoing through boardrooms and conference rooms and meeting halls all across the globe. Probably even more now as C-level executives struggle with rising energy and labor costs. And the reason is because efficiency is a key factor in the success of any enterprise, and most companies are always looking for ways to improve efficiency. I'm certain you've heard it in your own company, even if things are running smoothly. Now, efficiency can be improved through several different methods. However, one of the best ways to ensure that a company stays focused on the core aspects and still delivers an outstanding customer experience is to outsource some of the non-core aspects of the business to the experts. Areas like customer support. This has proved time and time again to be one of the most effective ways to increase efficiency. So if you think outsourcing is just for cutting costs, then you're in for a real eye-opener, because I'm here to tell you there's so much more to it. And we're going to get into it right after the intro. Hey guys, and welcome along to another episode of Telecast PH with me, Jeff Thompson, your host. Thank you very much for joining. Now, before we begin delving into the world of efficiency and outsourcing, I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsor of this podcast, Telework PH. We build your team, you get the benefit. And if you want to find out more about how building an outsourced team with us can improve your efficiency, all you got to do is hop on over to www.teleworkph.com or connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search Jeff Thompson. I'm the Client Solutions Manager for Telework PH. Right, so off we go. I want you to consider the following scenario. Some of you may have been in this situation before. So let's say that you have an older car, and one fine Friday evening on the way home from work, it breaks down, unfortunately. Now, you have no idea why it broke down, but you get it towed back to your house. And through a series of tests that you found online, some trial and error, you discover that your alternator is bad. And let's just say for this scenario that you don't have any mechanical experience when it comes to cars. Now, at this point, you're faced with two choices. You can try and fix it yourself, or you can take it to the mechanic. Which do you think would be more efficient in order to make sure that you can get to work Monday morning and earn the money that you need to live? Well, let's take a look at this. So to fix it yourself, you'll have to find a way to the auto parts store, purchase the right part, get back home, and then probably do another online search to find out how to install it. Then you'll have to go back to the store, purchase the tools that you'll need in order to remove the old alternator and put the new one in. And what's more, without having any experience, you'll have no way to gauge if you're doing it correctly. And this can be a stressful situation when getting to work Monday morning hangs in the balance. Also, now the entire weekend is shot, and you may even have to cancel important family plans. Now, the other choice is to have your vehicle towed to a mechanic who has the tools, the knowledge, the experience, and the guarantee that you'll be at your desk bright and early Monday morning. Then you can go about your weekend, and you don't have to worry so much about the car, but focus on having a fun, relaxing weekend. Now, you could have fixed it yourself. That you are confident. But by outsourcing the work to a qualified mechanic, you know it will be done properly and in less time and in less stress and a lot less worry and hassle. It was the most efficient way to get the job done. And efficiency, as we know, is the key to success. Every business has many moving internal parts, and each department has its own function and stake in efficiency when delivering a product or service to the customers. So a lot does hang in the balance when it comes to supporting your customers' demands and issues. And when it comes to the customer experience, as we know, customer demands increase every year. Now, it's well known many businesses do turn to outsourcing as a way to cut costs. Yes, outsourcing does provide a more cost-effective solution, especially when it comes to customer support. Not only are the salaries more affordable, but there are other overhead cost savings like office space, equipment, hardware, and other amenities. However, statistically speaking, 24% of small businesses, and we're talking about those with fewer than 50 employees, outsource mainly to improve efficiency. Now, this is compared to like the larger companies. With smaller companies, operational efficiency is more heavily relied on simply for the fact that they don't have the same resources available to them as a lot of the larger companies. Now, once a company is up and running and processes are in place, and as it grows, leaks and inefficiency become more difficult to isolate. Going back to the example of our car breaking down, the first step to getting it fixed was figuring out why it was broken in the first place. Now that costs valuable time and money. And this is why 52% of small to medium businesses in the US will continue to outsource non-core aspects post-pandemic in order to maintain that high level of quality customer experience output. So to put it simply, efficiency comes from those who know, just like our mechanic. Now, this is why businesses turn to outsourcing as a means to tap on the knowledge and the expertise of outsourcing companies who build and manage certain teams, like customer support teams. This doesn't mean you lose control of your department or of your business in any way, shape, or form. The outsourced team becomes an extension of your business, adapting to your culture and values. You just get a lot of help with management along the way. You pay an hourly rate. The outsourcing partner takes care of the rest. Things like payroll, taxes, healthcare for the agents, vacation and sick leave, all the way up to making sure they always have excellent equipment. Now, any company could essentially build their own internal customer support or service. But is that the most efficient way? Especially if they have no knowledge or past experience in providing top-notch customer support. So again, there's going to be a lot of online research, manuals to read, processes to create and follow. And then there's the hiring of the right people to man the front lines. Support agents who understand the importance of following processes, that have the knowledge of handling customer support cases, and are equipped with the soft skills like empathy that customers today demand and expect. So statistically speaking, customer support is the most outsourced business process, with more than 50% of global companies looking outside for those solutions. And that's roughly $75 billion generated yearly for the outsourcing industry. And that's projected to increase to $81.5 billion by 2023. Now, here in the Philippines, there are close to 1.5 million employees working in the BPO industry. Now, why did I tell you all that? Because these statistics prove that outsourcing works, and it especially works for companies that specialize in a certain niche like customer support or service. And by outsourcing to the experts, to the ones who know, efficiency will definitely increase. And certainly your customers will feel it, because efficiency affects the customer experience. Just like I mentioned, the customers' demands from service and support increase daily. Their expectations are higher than they were just 6 years ago. You take a look back in 2015, the most common way for a customer to engage with support was through the website portal and by phone. Now here in 2022, customers are on mobile devices and prefer going through social media channels to contact support. And that just goes to show how quickly customer demands and expectations can change. And a disruption in the efficiency of processes can create a ripple effect with such a wide reach, it will be almost impossible to rectify. And we all know that in today's market, brands compete through customer experience. And this is why businesses have embraced outsourcing and building outsourced teams as a way to improve efficiency rather than to struggle with giving it the old college try. And they reaped the benefits. They tapped on the experts. So you take Telework PH, for example, we have structured our business around building high-performing customer support and service teams. With all of the experience and knowledge and skill that we have in-house, we know exactly how to source and test the right candidates for customer support roles. Also, we keep up on all of the latest trends and have the expertise in customer support processes. We can help quickly identify where improvements can be made, and as your BPO partner, bring them to your attention through valuable feedback and suggestions. Now, as I said, your offshore dream team will adapt to your culture and values. They will treat your customers as if they were their own. Our services extend beyond just being a staffing agency. However, you still maintain control over your offshore team. So long gone are the days where agents were hired overseas just to fill seats, answer phones, and cut costs. Times have changed. With outsourcing, you will find the experts in the areas that you need to streamline. And that'll wrap it up for this installment of Telecast PH. I've been Jeff Thompson, your host. Have yourselves an amazing day. And remember, if you're ready to find out more about what we do and how we can help you improve efficiency, all you got to do is hop on over to www.teleworkph.com. Thank you very much for listening. And as the late, great Dr. Wayne Dyer said, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Take care, everyone. Be safe. This is Telecast PH, signing off.